No more brainless, passionless rumor videos. We made it 3 days, and now we're going back. Let's go! Alright, so I really was holding off on making this video, especially because the rumor isn't even really good. I don't trust Emily Rogers at all, and the rumor itself is stupid. It's like saying that rain will fall, and like eventually, yeah, you're probably gonna be right, but it's something literally anyone could have said, whether or not you're a, well, weatherman or not. For those of you guys who do not know, renowned insider Emily Rogers stated that Nintendo has 2 Wii U remasters, coming down the pipeline. I don't, like, this is so, like, I mean, for one, Emily Rogers' record is more spotted than me playing Metal Gear. And on top of that, I mean, Nintendo has constantly been porting Wii U titles. It would make sense that they have at least 2 more coming down the pipeline. So needless to say, I did not want to touch on this rumor, but then everyone started talking about it because obviously we have really nothing else to talk about at the moment. And the constant talk about all these Wii U games that I love so much possibly coming to the Switch just got me so excited I had to make this. However, instead of just saying, hey, that's a rumor and that's it, I'm going to go through all of the remaining Wii U games that could possibly get a port and explain which 2 I think that would be. And no, this video is not just an excuse for me to talk about Super Mario 3D World again. Okay, well maybe it is a little bit. I've already wasted too much time, let's just get into it. Nintendo Land is an awesome game, but it's not coming to the Switch. It's one of those games where everyone says it's underrated, so at that point, is it really underrated? It's like one of those bands that used to be underground, but just really isn't anymore, but everyone still likes to think that it is. I mean, the game sold really well. I don't know why people thought, like, no one liked it. Anyway, regardless, it's a fun game, but too much of it relies on the gamepad. And I saw a couple of people talking on Twitter saying, hey, maybe they could, still port it over, because you could do some sort of connection thing and, connect the Switch in handheld to a Switch on the TV, but no. Nintendo Land's primary market is casual gamers, and not only will casual gamers not want to go through the trouble of connecting 2 Switches together, most casual gamers won't have 2 Switches together. On top of that, they'd have to do some sort of system where you download a version of the game for free that you acts as the gamepad version and connects locally to the other version. It just goes against the simplicity of the Switch, the visual nature of it, understanding what it is. The game is fun, but I cannot see Nintendo Land coming. Alright, let's just knock this one out of the way. 3D World, please. This is 2 videos in a row I've talked about this game. I'm just gonna talk about this game every video of 2020. Why not? Until it comes out. I mean, 3D World would be a perfect fit on the Switch, but you already know I think that it's my favorite 3D Mario of all time, and I just... yeah, put this thing on the Switch, Nintendo. It's also more than possible considering, everything where I've made so many videos about that. Just put it on the Switch. Alright, so a couple of games that people have really been antsy about getting on the Switch are The Legend of Zelda Windwaker HD and Twilight Princess HD, kind of together in a pack. However, people mostly want Wind Waker. Dude, this would be awesome. I don't know why Nintendo hasn't done this already. Will it happen? I really don't know. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2 is currently announced, but we don't know much about it. While I would love it to come out this year, I don't really think it will. So I guess something like Wind Waker, or specifically the darker Twilight Princess, would help to, pump people up for it. I mean, it's definitely more than possible. I don't see why not. The only problem is Wind Waker HD, and I guess Twilight Princess HD for that matter, like the main, or not the main selling point, but one of the big selling points was how the gamepad could be your inventory and map and all that. Obviously, that would have to be sacrificed, but people wouldn't really care. People just want to play these games on the go, and it's also more than possible, so I guess Nintendo could do this. Yoshi's Woolly World is 100% possible, but I see no feasible reason why Nintendo would do that. A, the game is already on the 3DS, and while technically that hasn't been shown to stop them in the past with games such as Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, putting Yoshi's Woolly World and Yoshi's Crafted World on the same system is just, I don't know, it would be weird. It's definitely more than possible for them to do. I wouldn't be upset if they did. I'd love to play Woolly World, but I just have a gut feeling it won't happen. It's kind of weird to say, but since Nintendo has ported so many games in the past, we're running low on games to discuss. Oh, here's a good one. Pikmin 3. I mean, who knows at this point? Dude, the Pikmin franchise is just so you all know the story. Pikmin 4 was supposedly done in 2015, and it's 2020, and we haven't heard anything since then. Honestly, I want to say Nintendo's just doing Pikmin 4, so they won't bother with Pikmin 3, but knowing them, they won't release Pikmin 4 until 2044, and we'll get Pikmin 3 instead. Dude, I don't know, I just hope we get some Pikmin soon. Paper Mario Color Splash. There is no way they port this game. I mean, the sales were terrible, and even though the game itself I don't think was as bad as people were led to believe, no, there's no way they port this game. A substantial chunk of me wants to say the same thing about Star Fox Zero. I mean, the game sold terribly, and it was pretty much based off the gamepad. It would be more than possible, and it would probably be a better game if they ported it over with standard controls, but so much of me thinks they're just not gonna bother just because, you know, the game sold so poorly. There's a lot more money to be made elsewhere. Maybe it'll come in a year or so, but I can't see it being one of the 2 games they're working on now, supposedly, allegedly, based on Emily Rogers. The last one that I think is pretty possible is Xenoblade Chronicles X. I only say this because Xenoblade Chronicles, the original, is getting remastered later this year, and with this potential Xenoblade Chronicles X port, we would have the original Xenoblade Chronicles 2 plus obviously all of its expansions, and Xenoblade Chronicles X, having, you know, all 3 of the major Xenoblade Chronicles games on one system that you can take on the go. I mean, that would be pretty huge for that franchise. Okay, last one. Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, no way. Anyone who's played that game knows it just would not work. So that's pretty much it. Those are the major games that could possibly be ported. And even if this potential rumor by Emily Rogers does turn out fake, chances are Nintendo will port over at least two more Wii U games. So I guess this video was just good to make regardless. However, in terms of Emily Rogers rumors specifically, I really just don't trust her as a source. On top of that, the rumor itself was so vague that, I don't know, I just really don't find it credible at all. Like, I don't trust... Oh my god. Yeah, Emily Rogers is one of the most trusted insiders. I mean, everything she says is basically fact. I cannot wait for Super Mario 3D World on the Switch. Let's go!